The expedition began like any other, a routine deep-sea exploration to map uncharted territories. Dr. Olivia Hayes, an esteemed marine paleontologist, led the team aboard the Endeavour, a state-of-the-art research vessel. Their mission was to study the ecosystems of a newly discovered deep-sea canyon in the South Pacific, a region where few had ventured before. Little did they know, this mission would uncover an extraordinary and perplexing secret buried beneath the ocean's depths. The sonar scans revealed a massive, previously unknown canyon stretching miles beneath the ocean floor. The walls of the trench were steeper and more jagged than anticipated, plunging into the abyss in what seemed like an endless descent. While most deep-sea canyons are barren, the team was intrigued by the possibility of finding unusual marine life. As the submersible Abyssal descended into the canyon, the team marveled at the sheer scale of the trench. The water was pitch black save for the faint glow of bioluminescent organisms. Strange formations appeared in the distance, large fossilized structures embedded within the canyon walls. Dr. Hayes was the first to speak. These aren't just rock formations, they're fossils. The submersible's robotic arms carefully collected samples of the fossils, which were unlike anything the team had seen before. The fossilized remains were enormous, some larger than any living creatures the team had encountered. They appeared to be the remnants of ancient marine animals thought to have gone extinct hundreds of millions of years ago. The deeper the Abyssal descended into the canyon, the stranger the discoveries became. The walls of the trench were lined with fossils in almost every crevice, but there was something else: fossilized soft tissues and traces of bioluminescence. It was as if these creatures had evolved in complete isolation, unaffected by the changes on the surface world. Dr. Hayes and her team were stunned when they found what appeared to be a thriving colony of living creatures that resembled their ancient counterparts. They had discovered what appeared to be a living fossil ecosystem, a sanctuary of long-extinct species that had survived in isolation at the deepest part of the canyon. One of the submersible's cameras captured footage of small, trilobite-like creatures scuttling across the ocean floor, their bodies glowing faintly. Nearby, cephalopods with large coiled shells moved in rhythmic patterns, much like ammonites from eons ago. As the submersible explored further, the team discovered something even more astonishing: a cavern deep within the canyon, filled with bioluminescent flora and fauna. The walls were covered with a rare form of coral that emitted a soft, ethereal glow, lighting up the cavern in hues of blue and green. Creatures with translucent bodies floated through the water, their skin flickering with light in the otherwise dark abyss. It was a world unto itself, unseen by human eyes for millions of years. The isolated environment of the canyon had allowed these species to survive, hidden from the forces of extinction that had wiped them out on the surface. The team realized they had stumbled upon an ancient, untouched ecosystem, a living relic of a world that had disappeared long ago. At the canyon's deepest point, the team discovered a massive fossilized graveyard. Thousands of ancient creatures, trilobites, ammonites, early fish, were preserved in eerie stillness. The fossilized remains were not scattered, but arranged in a pattern, almost as if they had been deliberately deposited or swept into the canyon at some point in history. Some fossils were remarkably well preserved, with soft tissue and coloration still visible. As the team sent their findings back to the surface, the world was in shock. News of the discovery spread quickly, and soon scientists from all over the globe were working together to study the fossils and the unique ecosystem within the canyon. The canyon, now dubbed the Fossil Abyss, became the subject of intense scrutiny and debate. Was this a time capsule preserving an entire ecosystem from the distant past? How had these creatures managed to survive in such isolation? The discovery of the Fossil Abyss opened new doors in the study of paleontology, marine biology, and evolutionary science. Researchers quickly realized that the canyon's ecosystem held invaluable clues about Earth's ancient history and the resilience of life. However, there were also growing concerns about preserving this fragile environment. As the scientific community clamored to study the site, conservationists feared the canyon could be damaged by human intervention. Efforts to protect the site were launched, with calls to establish the canyon as a protected marine reserve.